Good evening, ladies and ghouls. I am your host, Ghost Immortal. Let's talk about Monograph Live last night. 7/27/2022. To give you a brief summary of what happened, general idea for those that are new to the show, and what happened was, I'll give you a synopsis, so to speak. So I've always had this feeling when someone's talking shit and disrespecting me, and my spidey senses are never wrong, so I'll go and look, and there, lo and behold, I'm like, oh, well, look, I usually don't watch his mindless drivel. It is so boring. It's like watching paint dry. It's like watching snails fuck. It is the most unentertaining. This is why I lost interest in Monty years ago. He jumped the shark, so to speak. He jumped the shark like Fonzie in that episode where they jumped the shark, and Happy Days was never the same after that. But Monograph became really boring and very predictable, I guess. So he would always steal something he's seen or read on the internet, and then give it his own spin on it, and then use it as his motto is, we fear no one, yet, as Agent pointed out, it's so true, you fear everything. He fears everything. He fears the government. He fears the COVID. He fears the vaccines. He fears Russia. He fears, you name it. Everything, be afraid. And this is how cult leaders manipulate and control their mindless lemmings. They indoctrinate into this fear, and I'm going to come save you, and I have the answers, and so therefore they keep them glued. They're glued to it, and then they take, the Pied Piper, and they take the rats follow, and they go right off the cliff with the Pied Piper. So he's a Peter Puffer more like, but we'll get into that. This guy is deeply affected by me dry humping a teddy bear. You can't make this shit. This guy thinks I'm really gonna steal this old lady. Like, really? I could if I wanted to, but I don't do the internet thing. I don't go meet up with people from the internet, let alone. But that would be funny, though. I could, I suppose. So, calm your tits, Gramps. Nobody wants your woman. But I have been in touch with her, and she does seem to have a. It seems what appeared to happen last night was he went off. He got drunk, and just like the old times, he would get drunk, and then he would blow up. He would internalize all his butt hurt, and it would build up, and then he would just explode. So what you seen last night, and I have the video on here, if you care to watch. It's the old Monograph that we always know. I knew it. Monty, I always believed in you. I'm the only person that ever believed in you. I believed in you. I believed in you more than Von Helton. I believed in over all these freaking nutters. I believed in you. I thought you were special. I knew you were special because I knew you had the potential to be the greatest LULZ cow and the greatest rager. Okay? And I called it back in my early Victor Fox days, back in when I came out on YouTube and I had my big following, and I had the trolls, the 4chan trolls, I had the YouTube trolls, and it was kind of this weird hybrid thing that came together, and you were never the same after that. I changed Monograph. I altered Monograph. I made Monograph. I destroyed Monograph, and I turned him into my finger puppet. My finger puppet. Like the meme. He was my puppet, and he danced for me, and I was the puppet master, and to this day, I'm still the puppet master. So, all you gotta do is inject him. This guy, I doxed him about a little over 10 years ago. And he didn't like that because he would go around and dox anybody and harass them and try to fuck with their lives or try to get them fired. Anybody that disagreed with them, anybody that had a larger YouTube channel, anybody's getting more attention in the lower tier truth movement, channels. He wanted to knock them off the block so he could be the only one. He wanted to knock off all the competition, steal their followers, and be the new Alex Jones. That was his dream, and it's something that he never achieved, and he never could. So this man does not have an original idea. He doesn't have any creativity. He does not have any new ideas. He doesn't have any talent, especially in music. If you heard him sing, it's horrendous. But I digress. So what happened was he pulled out a tape measure. It all happened so fast, and I was laughing hysterically. I was trying to do my best to make observe, but this guy was raging. He became completely unglued after a few drinks. Roytard is a bad drunk. He's always been a bad drunk. So when he had the drink, that I was like, oh boy, here we go. He's gonna explode, and he sure did. And we got to see the real Roy come out right in front of his followers. And this is why so many people alienated him. This is why he's tried to act somewhat normal, but you'll see him rage. These little instances of rage at people with a different point of view, or that doesn't fall in line with his narrative, I should say. So then the irony in all this is Monograph's bisexual. He's a known cross-dresser, drag queen in the past, and he raged at LGBTQ people. He raged at unicorns. He raged at me. I mean, he has a weird obsession with my dead mother, and it made himself believe that she was a prostitute. And this is like his only ammo, which is not even true. And I guess I'm supposed to give a fuck. Like this, you said this like what? Years ago. I mean, come on, man. I remain in phase. That does not work on me. I mean, that might work on women, but. Or weak-minded people or vulnerable people like Justin Hess. That were mentally unstable. I'm not. Okay. So, you see a lot of schizophrenic behaviors in tandem with his narcissistic, self-grandiose, overcompensating, this whole facade that he's created from this little bubble he's living in, get poked, and that bubble got shattered around him some weeks ago when his docs came out, and I dropped his docs, and he cried and bitched and moaned on Twitter about it, why they wouldn't remove it. He somehow successfully got my channel removed, which was the whole point. That he censors anything when he is given the same treatment. When the tables turned on him, he can't stand it. So that being said, he raged and became so unhinged. He raged at unicorns. I'm not sure where unicorns fit into all this, to be honest. Mythical creatures are not safe, guys. But apparently things aren't going well at the apartment, is it? Is it, Roytard? No. Seems there's a little bit rocky road going. Things a little rocky with him and Miss Brown. And if you watched, he shit himself. He tried to get up, and he couldn't. He realized it was too late. And if you really listen, you can hear the right in his depends. He literally he raged so hard that he shat himself. He shotted himself. Yeah. Now I made him rage so hard on Blog TV once. I made him rage so hard he pulled out one of the last of his teeth before he got dentures. I never imagined that I'd make him rage shart. This is a new term. Rage shart. I impressed myself. I mean, I've... that was... And then he sat down in his own feces in there. He tried to play it off. And then I think what happened was Miss Brown had intervened because she's sick of his shit. He's probably in some trouble. He's in trouble. I'm not going to explain why, but he's in a bit of trouble with his would-be woman, to where that he might be on the streets very soon. Now, I believe she walked in the room and he abruptly shut the show off. He abruptly ended the show after having a total meltdown. Probably, baby, I won't do this. I'm sorry. It's a Lifetime Channel snapped movie in the making. It's like where the vulnerable, lonely woman takes in a man from, he seems a charming, it seems intelligent, and he's got this. Hey, I'm a personality on YouTube. I'm a comedian. I could do all these things. And she's like, oh, okay. And then you get to living with each other, and then oh fuck, you see you start to slowly come out. But as of late, I forced his hand. That's right. Indeed, my puppet, my little finger puppet, forced his hand. Now, what kind of woman in any sound mind would want to have an elderly man of his age, that's 20 years older than her, raging in her apartment when they have people living? I mean, I know these apartments, how they're built. You could literally, they're like fucking paper walls. This man, insane man, unhinged, that is not on the lease. He's not on the lease, okay? I can tell you that. I can't tell you why I know that. But I could pull the rug right out of him from any second, but I don't want to do that. So what happened was he rage quit, and then at some point last night, he deleted all his videos, his Monograph Live videos, from his channel. 90-something. Shit. Oh, God, he's in trouble. I think she told him, you're going to quit this stuff, or she's done. So, Monograph's mommy, his caretaker, so to speak, he's always sponged and live off women, and it shows. This man he's rejected by his mother. He was never, she didn't love him, and maybe she was a prostitute. I highly suspect that, with these narcissists, they always project their trauma, their shortcomings, their upbringing on others, because they want to drag you down. They don't want to feel alone. So there. That's basically the summary of it. Now, I don't want you to go away, Monograph, because I got more for you. I got so much shit waiting for you that I've been savoring. See, I don't launch all my missiles at once. I don't use up all my ammo at once. I usually work up. I start with small ballistics up to missiles, and then I'll drop the nuke. Okay, so little Tokyo, little Hiroshima, just waiting for it. Just saying. Now, give you plenty of chances to make right, and you refuse to, and you act like you did not start anything. No, you started it years ago. I just finally got around to you. Since I have been busy with life, and I had my own life, but now I have time for you. Now I don't really have anything. I don't really give a fuck. Outside of just, I work and I come home, and then I enjoy watching. Let's just say I'm a bachelor, very much a bachelor, and I have a lot of free time. And I'm not being bossed around or controlled or told what to do, what to watch, what to see, who to talk to, who to. You get the idea. I'm not in your position. Okay? So, I have all the time, I have all the skills, I have all the knowledge, all the trolls at my disposal. That's all I gotta say about that. Ta-ta. Oh, I see you like to leave little comments and delete them. If you're not gonna stand by your word, don't bother. Really, you're not a man of your word. But I am. And you, Monograph, you are the biggest procrastinator I've ever probably seen in my life. And I told a moron recently. There's two types of people in this world. Monty, Roy. Those that talk and procrastinate. Those that talk. What they're going to do. They're going to do this and that and give you all their plans beforehand before you can stop them, because they have no plan on doing that. Because they think you're going to believe them. They're stupid enough to believe you. But I know you. I know you like the back of my hand. You're the most predictable puppet. And easy to control and manipulate. So, and then there's the other type of person. The person that does things. And I'm a finisher. I am a finisher. I get results. Capiche? Paisan? Ciao.